So I'm going to use DVP series PLC, this model, save, and for HMI I will select, for example, this one. Disconnect. And I will use this simulator. This is from our COM manager. Just add a name here, select DVP if you are using this series, for example, and the model name. So first you need to press the start button, close it, and I'm going to select it here, finish. Okay, let's start with the new project on PLC, new program, any name. I'm going to use ladder diagram, and now I'm going to show you how to use start and stop buttons, but at first I will give you the example I never use. Example, let's call it push button start 1, define global address, let's take it M1 for example, push button another push button stop 1, and for example address this one, and this will be our output. Let's call it process, for example, M20 output. Okay, so I am going to use HMI for better visualization. So I'm going to add elements. Let's take momentary at first. Start button was M1. Okay, let's make some colors. Just for example, if button is not pressed, this color, if it's pressed, it will be lighter green, and start 1, for example. Okay, another button will be stop. Let's make colors, for example, like this. Text stop 1. And this will be our output. And for example, if it's off, if it's on, text process is on, process is off. Okay, so I'm going to make quiz general and save it. Okay, so now I'm going to transfer it to PLC. Our automatically close, I select. First we need to check our communication driver, so be sure it's simulator. Transfer. Okay, let's go online. Our PLC is in stop mode, so let's press run. Okay, now it's running. So here I'm going to use offline simulation. And let's check how it works. Okay, this one must be closed. I shouldn't close this window. And although now you can see, if I press start, process is on. If I press stop, process is off. So I have seen this example in many lectures online, on YouTube and other platforms. And for really, I never use this type of logic. I don't like this. This one is, you can use it in electrical drawings, but once we are working with PLC, we have better way to do this. So I am going to show you it. So I'm going just to copy paste, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. This will be normally open. And what I am going to do, we will use set and reset functions. So let's check how it works. So now I'm going to press start, process is on, press stop, process is off. And in many cases this is okay, but if you're going to use start and stop buttons, there is one thing. So I'm going to change a little bit my HMI program. I'm going to use maintenance function. So I'm going to show you what will happen now. Let's imagine we press start button and it's stuck in this position. We release, but we don't see the contact. So we are going to press stop, right? But once we release the stop, the process will go on again. So this is the issue. It's not safe for really to use this type of technology, because if the start button will stop, it will run automatically every time once we release the stop button. So what I'm going to do, I am going to add a trigger here. Let's add it rising trigger, or you can add falling trigger, depends on you. It is much more safer to use falling trigger in some conditions, but I'm going to use rising trigger. Okay, so let's see how it works now. Process was on before, so now I'm going to press start button and it's stuck in on position. So I'm going to press stop, release stop, and now you can see the process is off. I need to release this one and press start again. So to use the trigger is a better solution. What if we have more buttons? This is why I like this set reset technology. Technically, I never use this type of output relays. What I mean never, I use them in output subroutine, but not in the control subroutines. So maybe another time I will show you better examples with output subroutines, but this one is about control. So let's try to add, for example, more buttons. So I am going to use start 2. It will be M2 memory area, start 3, M3. I will copy this point. It has been M11, so this okay, so we can add triggers here. Okay, and also we need to add this in our HMI. So I am going to copy, paste. Let's make alignment like this, and this one. This will be M2 and start 2, M3, start 3. Okay, let's go online. And I am offline here. And now, as you can see, we can control it from many ways. For example, we have 3 points for start-stop operation. So we can control it in this way from many positions. The point is, what if one start button will stuck? We press stop, but we press another start button and it runs again. So but the question is, if one start button is stuck, should we run the process or not with other stop button? In many conditions, in many situations, we can run it, but I will show you just one example how to do not let them run from other positions. So I'm going to my PLC program and I'm going to change them as normally open contacts, and I'm going to use rising trigger at this point. Let's download it to PLC. Start, stop, and as you can see, we cannot start from other position because this one is pressed. We must release them all, and only then we can start. So this is one example. Now the question is, where is the priority of start? If the start button must have priority or the stop button must have priority. What I mean, I'm going to change to maintain this one. It will be momentary. So I'm going to change the button type to maintain it. Let's go to online and let's check now. We press start button, release start button, we press stop button, and let's imagine the stop button stuck. So I am going to press start button, but the process doesn't start, yes? What if we will switch with two networks? So I'm going to cut this network and paste on the top. Okay, so now the point is we are using the trigger. So I am going. Okay, let's leave the trigger at this point. Okay, remove at first. Later we will add. I will show you the difference. So now, what if the stop button stuck? As you can see, we can still run the process. I press and I release. I press and it's stuck by releasing, but if I will press start, it runs. Sometimes we need to do like this. It depends on your project, depends on the situation, but normally you should avoid situations like this. The set function must be on the top, because now PLC is enabling resetting at this point, and at this point it is setting, and for HMI is transferred the last state of this bit, what is at the end of the program. So this is the last networking of program, so the last state is on, even it was off at this point. Okay, now I'm going to bring back the trigger and let's see what we will get now. So now, as you can see, the process bit is off, even this one is pressed. But for really, if I will press and this button will stuck, I will press start. As you can see, the process bit is off, right? The point is, oh, we get it. Did you see that? One time we have seen how it was in on state. So to explain you, I am going to add a counter here. So for example, never mind. Oh shit. Okay, for real, I never use counters. I use increment instructions, for example, and so I'm going to use increment. I don't remember how counters, what to write. I guess it should be C number at first, but it's not important. So now, once I will press start button, you will see this value is incrementing. See? That means our output was set to on state for one PLC cycle. Our scan time is 0.2 milliseconds, so it's very short time, but if this will be physical output, so we will get very short pulse to this output, and it is not safe if we have priority for reset. So this is why I tell you, I always ask myself, where is the priority, to set or to reset? So if the priority is to reset, it must be at the bottom of the set. So in this condition, we also will see this counter incrementing, because we are checking the process bit at this point, but not at the end of the cycle. Okay, I will go back and we'll do like this. Oops. This will be better example. So now, as you can see, for one short pulse, we have increment instruction, but now I am going to switch start and stop. Let's download it to PLC. Probably I should delete this empty networks. I will change here. Okay, this will be more better. So now I'm going to press this one, and you can see this one is not incrementing. If you're going to use increment instruction and you need to, I will show you. I will press start, and as you can see, this is incrementing very fast, because every scan time we increment this value. So I'm going to use rising edge. It will be only one time, only one pulse. I will set it to 0. And let's see again. As you can see, it is not incrementing. If I will press this one, it increments by 1. So the point is, I really want to change the way you think. Stop using these direct coils and start working on this set and reset coils. The point is, we can control this from other points. For example, I will add one more subroutine, test 2. And for example, in this one, just delete some buttons. And this will be button free. Let's make like this. So now, go online. As you can see, now we can control this process bit from many areas, from many subroutines in our program. When you are using direct call, what example I showed you before, you can control it only from this point. But if you want to control this bit from many points, you should use set reset function. It's very simple, right? And okay, basically, let's delete this one. I need to edit online. I'm going to delete. Basically, I'm using this type of technology. I start the process only in one subroutine, but sometimes I need to reset the process by other conditions. So let's imagine in this subroutine we have another condition. Maybe something is going wrong, maybe we have some process alarm or something else, and at this step we need to reset the process and show the alarm the process was resetted because of condition blah blah blah. So this is why I'm going to use reset function. It is much more better. Okay, this will start, this will stop. What example, another example I wanted to show you. So let's go offline. I'm going to close it and to delete it. Okay, and here I'm going to, oops, at this point I'm going to delete this two, delete this one, and for example let's make it like this. Pooped. Okay, this. Okay, so now I am going to use two hands mode. When to run the process, you must press the two start buttons, one with the left hand, another with the right hand. So we need to change a little bit our program. We only have one stop button. Let's delete this one, we don't need it anymore. So and let's make like this. This is just example, but it's not correct. I will show you what is wrong with it. Okay, so now I am going to press these two buttons and the process start. I release them. The process is going. I'm going to press stop and the process is stopped. So if I press only one button, the process will not start, right? The problem is, what if I will press the start button with the left hand and someone will call me? I release this button, but it will stuck in on position. Just imagine. Why we press why we have these two hands operation? Because sometimes you need to use both hands, because it is not safe to use only one, because another hand could be in dangerous area, for example. Technically you should use safety relays, but if your machine is not very dangerous and it is only safety category 1, you can use this type of example. But what if one button will stuck in start position, in on position? So I could run it like this, right? Just by pressing 1, because this one is stuck in in on position, right? So how to fix it? We are going to add another variable. Okay, I need to disconnect, and I'm going to add, let's make it like this, not, okay, start button 1, start button 2, and I'm going to set For example, let's give it a name. Safety confirm safety condition, for example. Okay, and let's make it M30 and must be off. So what I'm going to add here, I'm going to add this function, and also oops, this one must be off. Oh, let's check how it works. Okay, my phone is periodically makes some sound. So now I'm going to press sorry, this must be. So now we need to decide which condition must be. Let's imagine this one we should reset, and this must be on. We can invert the logic for really. Here we can have set, here reset, and here not safety, but it will be better if we will use this. So now I'm going to press one start, another start, I release one start, press stop, and as you can see, now it is not working. So the point is to activate both of these buttons must go to off state, right? Right. So where is the problem? Let's go back to the first example when I told you if someone will call me. So I'm going to press start button, right? Start one, and someone will call me, and this button will stuck in this position. I will go to another room and will go back after 1 hour. I touch with the left hand something inside my machine, and I am going to accidentally press another start button. And as you can see, the machine will go to on state. So the issue is the time, how much time we can give you for this 2 buttons operation. So let's take, for example, to press them, we must press them in 2 seconds, right? Right. Okay. So what should I change in my program? I am going to write like this. Let's make it on the top, doesn't matter. If one of this button is pressed, I'm going to activate timer, for example this timer. This must add the time. Let's take 2 seconds. Okay, I will add 3 seconds, and let's make it in the same network. T0, and safety condition must go off. Right. So let's see how it works now. Okay, Where is the screen? Why always closing the screen? So now I press start button, press another start button, and machine starts working, right? I press stop button and it stops. So I press start button and another start button will be pressed after 3 seconds. As you can see, the timer is on. I will press it and the machine doesn't start. So now we have the time limit to press these 2 buttons. Basically we can add it in 1 second, for example. But I will need to push them in our HMI very quick. So let's try, because I only have 1 mouse. Okay, I got this time. And now, like this. 1, 2. I must be very quick. So this is another example with 2 start buttons. So again, set reset, safety condition, and to activate it must, let's add another timer. Let's make it 10 seconds just to check how it is working properly by other condition. Okay, so I press start, I press stop. As you can see, must go off, both buttons to off state. So this is a great example how to use set reset functions. I have showed you how to make it with 1 button, with many buttons, with 2 hand operation buttons, and how to add extra protection for our process flag. Okay, why is it button? Never mind. I should add element indicator, but it's not important now because we didn't touch it all the time. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more examples, follow my channel, subscribe, like, and you can always ask the questions in comment section.